guys, what's going on? AA Fitzy88 here, bringing to you some more Ghost Recon Future Soldier. This is the downloadable content that just came out with the Arctic Strike. My last video I brought to you Skyline and Evicted, and I was actually going to put up some Riot gameplay, but I forgot to hit the record button. I was a little frustrated, like I mentioned in my last video. So as promised, this is the map Riot, and it is a Riot. It's a lot of fun. This is my favorite map of the three. Skyline, great map. Beautiful design map, but just a little too big for my liking. You can get confused very easy, and you can get left out of some action very easy as well. I'm not sure about all the other game modes, but I kind of struggle to keep in the action with it, and it's a long haul to the objectives. Just, you know, unfortunately you get killed and you have to start your truck over and over again. Simply because what I'm portraying here is I'm defending this objective here. Now, when you're too close to an objective, your team can't spawn on you, which is really frustrating because the way the maps are designed, there's a lot of you know, back doors and flanking routes, and fortunately enough this building only has two, so I'm covering it pretty well. But a lot of the other objectives have you know, 4 doors and a window, and it's really hard to defend or to attack when you're given that much opportunity for flanking. So these guys, the opposing team's doing it right here with the smoke, because my team is attacking from behind out of their spawn and throwing some of those motion sensors, which is drawing them out. But they're popping smoke in here, and it's tough for me to keep tabs on them. We get a motion mine here, and I see 2 guys come charging in, but I can't watch the right door. And my primary threat are these 2 guys here. They make it into cover, perfectly concealed by smoke, and obviously they're working as a team because I get shot down from the right door there. So what can I say about this map? Really interesting layout. There's buildings you can go into. There's alleyways. Defending that objective that's ahead of me there is quite easy. Attacking it is a real pain in the ass, as you can see, especially if you get a whole team in there and they're doing well. So city streets, burnt out vehicles. There's a train here. Always a lot of fun in the train. There's always usually some scouts hiding in there, invisible, waiting to data hack you. But other than that, it's your basic urban warfare map. Unlike Evicted, where it's more you know, trees and playgrounds and alleyways, this has a little more cover to offer. The walls, there's a bus shelter there, cars, like I said before, scaffolding. One guy really rips me apart at the end of this video here. He's just hiding in the scaffolding, and he does really well. I'm a little confused as why my team didn't you know, pick up on that and take him out, because I'm sure he was doing as much damage to them as he was for me. And when you have the ability of a kill cam pretty much pointing out where you are, I'm surprised the guy survived there for so long. So here we are, moving in on another objective. I can't wait till I unlock smoke, because that's something I used a lot of when I was playing on the Xbox 360. Of course, this is PlayStation 3 footage. I switched over because a lot of my friends are playing on the PlayStation 3, and this is definitely a game that you need to play with friends. Now, the team I'm playing with here, a bunch of randoms, they were communicating. Actually, there's only one guy really making any sense out there, putting together a plan of attack. So we did okay. Now, if you have a whole team that's coordinated and calling things out and working as a team, a lot better, obviously. So a little bit of a struggle here. I think I went 11 and 10. Scoring stats doesn't mean a lot to me, but you know, I like to go positive. The game is playing a little more stable than it did on opening day. I was having a very frustrating time the first day it launched and the day after with the DLC in particular. I'd get into a game, and it wasn't just me. A lot of the people that I talked to were complaining about the same thing. The usual, you know, launch day crap where you know it's lag, but it doesn't seem like lag. It's not rubber banding or glitchy. It's just strange things are going on. You could sneak up behind someone and just start shooting them point blank in the back, get a whole clip into them, and next thing you know, they're turning around and one-time headshotting you. So a little confused as to why that was only happening to me and a few of the guys I was talking to. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the most skilled gamer out there, but you know, I did a little better. I usually do a little better than what I did on opening night with games like you know, 2 kills and 20 deaths. But it's totally smoothed out now. I threw it in today, started playing some of the Arctic Strike DLC, and it's running a lot more smoother. The hit detection's there. It doesn't seem like you're missing frames, or I don't know. It just feels like the launch maps have always felt. really good gameplay. Yes, it does have its flaws. A lot of server dropouts, host migrations have been happening, but you're gonna have to deal with that. I think a lot of the games have that, and probably games that are frustrating like this, where if you are having a bad run and you're constantly respawning and doing a lot of boring running like I'm doing here, a lot of people drop out, and I think when that happens, it tends to crash the game quite a bit. But overall, very successful, having a lot of fun with it, and this is an incredibly hard objective to defend or attack. I mean, it's so wide open. It's basically like a bowl. People can jump over the walls, lots of places to hide, lots of cover, attack from any angle. And like I mentioned earlier, my team wasn't really talking a lot, so we weren't too successful in setting up a perimeter or making call-outs and helping each other out. I haven't played the new game mode that's out now. It's more of a hardcore, I forget the name of it, it's more of a hardcore game. Basically, when you die, you get put into a spawn queue, and if your team makes a kill, then one of your teammates can respawn in order, I guess, of when they died. But I don't think I'm ready for such a hardcore mode like that now, because I'm still kind of cutting my teeth. I am getting a little better with the controller now. Funny story, I had bought a new controller for my PlayStation 3 about a year ago, one of those groovy camouflage. It's an official PlayStation 3 controller, but it's camouflaged, and I've been playing all my games with that. Now, I was really having a tough time, and just for shits and giggles, I grabbed the really old gunky controller that actually came with my system, and the thumbsticks are a little bit more firmer to push down on, so I'm not doing that panic right thumbstick click that I was doing. And actually, there's a couple of my friends that are having the same problem, but I don't know if it's just because this controller is one of the ones that shipped with the system, or it's old and crusty and has cookie crumbs and crap in it. But the right thumbstick, or both thumbsticks, they're a little more firm, so I'm not having that knee-jerk reaction of clicking down on the thumbsticks and aiming down the sights whenever I get in some close quarters problems. So that's really helped me out too. I'm happy about that, because this game's a lot more enjoyable when you're not constantly fumbling and being frustrated with stupid mistakes that you're making that shouldn't be made. Whenever an objective pops out in the middle of the street here, very difficult. Now, the final one that we have to attack on, damn near impossible, and still not really knowing my way around the maps as well as I'd like to. Very frustrating, and I don't know. Like I said, I'm just still trying to cut my teeth in the game, figure it out. Here's one of those guys that hide. This is a great spot, especially if you're running that scout class where you can go invisible here. Some good close quarters action, and there's always somebody in the train. So if you're out running around, throw those grenades in the train, or even hop into one, crouch down, and wait for an unsuspecting person to come in there. And here's some more of that spawning back at the base and running in. When you have so few people on your teams and it's an objective gameplay, the majority of the time your teammate are actually on the objective, so spawning in on it is really challenging. And that's the whole point, the whole purpose that I was talking about, where here's the guy in the scaffolding. He gets me about 3 times. I should have known better. And that's the whole point that I want to focus on, that when you're communicating as a squad, you can tell your buddy to back off the objective a bit so you can spawn in on him. Because, I mean, you can suck up about 20 to 30 seconds spawning back at your base and running all the way back to the objective. And by then it's too late, because by the time you get there, chances are your teammates have died and now they're spawning way back because, as you get to the objective, you're too close. Kind of frustrating. I don't know, what do you guys think? If you're playing this game, what are your thoughts on the whole respawn system? I mean, it wouldn't be fair to have the ability to spawn right on a teammate anywhere at any time, because if you were in a building and, protecting an objective, you could just hang out there and your boys would just keep popping out of your ass, and you could cover each doorway. And I mean, I understand why the developers made it this way, but it can get a lot of running, man. Like, I feel bad bringing these gameplay footages to you guys where the majority of the footage is me running out of my spawn and, darting back to the action. 75% of the time I make it back to the fray, but the other 25%. I don't make it and I die again, have to redo again. Wash, rinse, and repeat. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. That was Riot. That's the DLC. Hope you liked it. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. More to come soon.